Yes, sir.
Students? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So this is the problem. Morning we have started. You can see the upper arm and lower arms having the equal lengths. Radius of rotation they have given 200 mm. Mass of the center load is 70 kg and mass of the ball is 10 kg. We are supposed to find two parameters here. First one, we need to find the equilibrium speed, and second one is considering the friction load. We are supposed to find out the range of the speed for this position. So morning I have completed the up to equilibrium speed. I have completed. Okay, just I am repeating again. H is the height of a governor. This is how we have find, which is the root of bp square minus bg square, that is equal to 300 square minus 200 square. Bg is 200, radius of rotation is 200 mm. So height of the governor we are getting it as 0.224 meter. Now our aim is to find out the length bf. Bf is equal to bg minus fg. Fg we know it as 40 mm. 200 minus of 40, which is equal to 160 mm. That is equal to 0.16 meter. So from this we are supposed to find out the df value. So df is equal to root over bd square minus bf square. 300 square minus 160 square, we got 254 mm. Next we find tan alpha, tan beta. Q is equal to tan alpha by tan beta, which is equal to 0.7. And the relationship between the speed and height of the governor. N square is equal to n plus m into 1 plus q by m into 895 by h. By using this relation, I have solved for the equilibrium speed. N is equal to, I am getting it as 167 rpm. Next, I want to find out the, by considering the friction, I need to find out the minimum speed and maximum speed. Now let me go to the next slide. Okay, consider the friction force F. What is the F value they have given? Friction force, how much they have given? So considering friction force F is equals to 20 newtons. Now let us define what is N1 and N2. Let N1 and N2. N1 is minimum equilibrium speed. And N2 is the maximum equilibrium speed. Now we know that the sleeve is moving downwards and the friction force is acting upwards for N1. So for N1, how the sleeve is moving? For minimum speed, sleeve is moving downwards. So when the sleeve is moving downwards, where the friction force will act? I'm writing here. Friction will act in upward direction. Now we need to take plus sign or minus sign here. So we have to take minus sign. That is what I solved yesterday. Okay, when the friction is moving upwards in this kind of problems, we have to take the minus sign. Now when the sleeve is moving upwards, friction will act downwards. Here we have to take F as positive value. Here we have to take F as the negative value. If you take the reverse, what will happen? These conditions will change. Now N1 will become the maximum and N2 will become the minimum. Got it? So I proved also yesterday. When I am taking, when friction is moving upwards, I have taken the plus sign. In that case, what I am getting, as wherever I am getting the maximum value, I have to get the minimum value, and wherever I have to get the minimum value, there I am getting the maximum value. So to avoid this confusion, just I am writing here, sleeve moves downwards, friction force is acting upwards, I am taking F as the minus F. Now when the sleeve is moving upwards, friction force is acting downwards. In that case, I am taking F as the positive value. Now let me write the relationship between height and speed of a governor. N square is equals to N plus N by 2 into 1 plus Q minus F by M into 895 by H. So now we will let us go for the N1 square. In that place, Q will become Q1. Similarly, into is the maximum equilibrium speed. Same equation, m plus m by 2 into 1 plus q plus f I am taking by m into 895 by h. This is the equation I am having for n1 and n2. Now how to solve this one? I am not having q1 and q2 are not there. Only one q is available. Now let us take only one angles are having alpha 1 and beta 1, and we don't have the alpha 2 and beta 2. Therefore, don't take this as q1. Take it as only q. Okay. Let me substitute here. So what is the mass of the ball? Small m. Can anyone answer?
10, sir.
What is small m?
10
10
kg.
Right. And capital M is
70.
60 or 70?
70.
70. Okay, okay. Okay, 70 by 2 minus of what is f value? 20 into 895 by what is the h we got? 224 mm we got. Take it as 0.224. So what is the answer we are getting for n1? Please, dear students, what is n1 we are getting? How much answer we are getting n1? Solve and give me the value. Fast. No one is doing. 140.6. Roll number 6025 has replied. Check once again the answer. So this kind you have to solve like this. Take
Q value వేయాలి sir.
Q?
1 plus
Yeah,
Q.
okay. 1 plus Q I forgot to write. Okay, let me write. Thank you. Space is not sufficient here. Okay, M is 10 plus 70 by 2 into what is Q we got? Q, how much we are getting?
0.7.
0.7.
0.7.
1 plus 0.7 minus of here. Eight 95 by. Now solve it.
So 140, sir. 140.
140 are okay, let us keep it as 140. And let us go for N2 square.
Sir, 140.63, sir.
Okay, 140.6.
63.
Okay. 70 by 2. 1 plus 0.7 plus I am taking for N2. Okay. By 10 into 895 by. How much you are getting? Solve this. N2 value 189 argument someone is doing.
189.10, sir.
189. Okay, let it be 189. Now what is N? Difference of N2 minus N1. Is this correct answer?
Sir, 91 is the range. N2 minus N1.
91.
Oh, sir.
189 minus 140.
$49.6.
49.
49. Okay. Just let me do this another method. How much I am getting? I am having one more method for this. This is how we can solve. Let us use this equation. N1 square is equals to. So I will write with the W. W plus W is mg. I am writing it as mg by 2 minus f into 1 plus q by mg into 895 by h. Try to substitute in this and give me the answer how much I am getting. This I want to get 10 into 9.81 plus 70 into 9.81 by 2 minus of 20 1 plus 0.7 by m into g, that is 10 into 9.81 into 895 by h. Get N1 value from this. Similarly, N2 square also. Point 2. Just give these two values N1 and N2 for these two conditions. First, yes, students.
Sir, N1 is 155.6, sir.
N1 is 155.6.
Yes, sir.
Okay, what about N2? What about N2? So 155.6, let me take it as 156. What is N2?
Sir, N2 is 163.5.
163.5.
5.
Okay, let us take it as 164. So what is the range you are getting? 164 minus 156.
8, sir.
8. which is correct. Now you confirm it. The same equation, two methods have solved. Now tell me which is correct. This one or this one? Which is correct?
Second one, sir.
Porter-Gaud. Second one. Why?
Because whenever
Answer me,
friction,
please.
you have to take in mg, sir.
Right. Got it. Whenever friction is acting, we have to take in mg's. So earlier problem also you can see I have taken in mg only. Just I want to check whether you correct or not. Okay, I will show you that. You can see here when friction force is considered, what I have taken here. Yes, students, see this equation. When friction force is considered, while writing the equation, you don't write it as em. You have to write it as mg plus mg by 2 plus or minus f by mg into 895 by h. You got it? Okay.
Right.
But why? We have to consider weight when friction is considered. When friction force is considered, we have to consider the weight, not the mass. When friction force is considered, we have to consider the weight of the load, weight of the central load, and weight of the ball, not the mass we have to consider. You see the units also. Check the units. Okay. So when friction force is not considered, you can see here, I have taken the mass. When friction force is considered, you have to take the weight. Now let me come to this problem. Right. So n square n is equal to, this is okay, equilibrium speed. So this what I have done is wrong. Got it? When friction is considered, don't take it as m. You have to take it as mg. Got it? I am seeing anyone will answer, but no one. Still you are copying. Don't do like that. That's what I have done. mg, you have to take it as mg. mg, okay. 10 into 9.81. 70 into 9.81. Here also 10 into 9.81. 9.81. And this is mg. So the same slide I have done here. Next. Okay, this is correct. Got it? You have to take mg. When friction force is considered, you have to take the weight, not the mass. Got it? So if you don't consider if you don't take the weight, if you take the mass, the range of the governor comes as 49 rpm, which is wrong. This is the right answer. 8 rpm is the correct answer. Okay. Take this slide only. I'm going to delete this slide. Got it? Yeah, this slide I'm keeping. Okay, this is what you have to take. You get range of the governor as 8 rpm. Okay, now let us go for the one more problem. Is this clear? If it is clear, I will go to the next problem. Dear students,
Sir, small notes.
Yeah, ask me.
Sir, at the same height, how can we get two different speeds, sir?
And you see what I am saying, N1 and N2. N1 is the equilibrium speed I am saying. I am having only one radius of rotation. Okay. You can see this diagram. Only one radius of rotation I am having R. At one radius of rotation, I am having only one height of a governor. I don't have maximum speed and minimum speed. Now, at this one radius, what I am called as, this radius is called as the equilibrium radius, or 1 second. This radius I am called as the equilibrium radius, I can say. What is meant by equilibrium? Can anyone answer? Average of maximum plus minimum by 2. Equilibrium is nothing but average of the maximum radius plus minimum radius by 2. Okay, that is the equilibrium radius. So at equilibrium radius only I am finding the equilibrium speed. So this n is my equilibrium speed. Okay, this n is my equilibrium speed. Now I want to find out you can see the question what they are asking. If the friction is equivalent to a load of 20 newtons at the sleeve, what will be the range of speed for this position? You can see, means when the radius of rotation is r, which is equals to 200 mm, what will be the range for the speed? So now I am going to find out what is the maximum equilibrium speed and what is the minimum equilibrium speed. Got it? That I can get only with the frictional force. Yeah, this is the relation. N1 is the maximum equilibrium speed and N2 is the minimum equilibrium speed. Let us mention here. N1 is the N1 minimum equilibrium speed and N2 is the maximum equilibrium speed. So I'm getting, what is the meaning of equilibrium? Maximum plus minimum by 2. So I'm not having any changes, only I'm changing with the F. If frictional force is negative value, I'm getting the minimum equilibrium speed. If this frictional force is positive value, I'm getting the maximum equilibrium speed. Got it? For the equilibrium speed, for one condition, I'm adding the frictional force, and for one more condition, I'm reducing the frictional force. From these two, I'm getting the maximum speed and minimum speed. You can see here, 164 I am getting as the maximum speed, and 156 I am getting as the minimum speed. Not for different radius of rotations, I am not getting. For one radius of rotation only, I am getting the equilibrium speed, range of the equilibrium speed. Is this clear? Dear student?
Yes, sir.
Hello?
Thank you.
Okay. So for only one radius of rotation, we are getting the equilibrium speed by varying only the friction value. Got it? That's why I'm solving different types of problems so that it is easy for you to understand. Now let us go to the one more problem. This is the problem you are having, 18.7. A loaded Porter governor has 4 links, each 250 mm long, and 2 revolving masses, each of 3 kg, and a central load of 20 kg. All the links are attached to respective sleeve at radial distance of 40 mm from axis of rotation. The masses revolve at radius of 150 mm at minimum speed and 200 mm at the maximum speed. Determine the range of the speed. Now, can anyone guess the diagram of this one? So, earlier problem, upper arm is located on the axis of rotation, and lower arm, where the lower arm is located, away from the axis of rotation. Now, when you come to this problem, both upper arm and lower arm are located away from the axis of rotation. You can see a loaded Porter governor has 4 links, each 250 mm long, 2 revolving masses, each of 3 kg, and a central load 20 kg. All the links are attached to respective sleeves at radial distance of 40 mm. That means upper arm and lower arm both are located at a distance of 40 mm away from the central axis. Got it? So for this problem, they have given the minimum speed of 150 rpm. Sorry, minimum radius of rotation is 150 mm and maximum radius of rotation is 200 mm. For this, let us determine the range of the speed of the governor. Now let us see the diagram for this one. You can see the minimum position diagram and maximum position diagram. For minimum position, R1 is the radius of rotation. For maximum position, R2 is the radius of rotation. Okay. Now where the centrifugal force is acting on this diagram here. So this is the portion where centrifugal force is acting. Now what is happening centrifugal force for this minimum position? Centrifugal force is decreasing. When the centrifugal force is decreasing, height of the governor increases. Okay, now here they have not given anything regarding to the frictional force. So no need to bother about the frictional force here. Now what about the second condition here? Here centrifugal force is increasing, height of governor increase or decrease? Can anyone answer? Height of the governor?
Decreases.
Decrease in the right, decrease in the height of the governor. Now let us write the given data for this problem. Arms. If loaded governor has 4 links each 250 mm long. Now you can see these distances here. This is the upper arm and this is the lower arm. So where this upper arm and lower arm are located? So this is red line is the axis of rotation. This upper arm and lower arm are not located on the axis of rotation. The upper arm and lower arm are away from the axis of rotation, whose distance is 40 mm. You can see here. The upper arm and lower arm located at a offset distance of 40 mm from the axis of rotation. Okay. Now here your angle alpha 1 is the angle made with respect to the upper arm and the axis line.
Sir, in
Beta one
exam
is the
there is
angle.
diagram, sir.
Exam they won't give any diagram. You have to draw by reading the problem. Okay.
Okay.
By reading the problem, you have to draw the diagram. So for Porter governor, how to draw the diagram, I will show you. I will just give me 2 minutes time. Okay. So always first try to draw the axis lines. This is the axis line. Horizontal axis and vertical axis. These are pivoted points. Okay. So now this is how you need to draw. So this diagram holds good when upper arm and lower arm are located on the axis line. Okay. Now let us take this as point O. Here you are having the ball is going to be connected. Mass of the ball is acting downwards. I'm writing it as mg, and half of the central load is acting at this and the axis point. I will write it as capital mg by 2. This distance I can write it as the radius of rotation r, and with respect to this point O, this distance is my height of the governor. Now O, let us take it as point B, and this as point C. OB and BC are the two arms. Okay, OB and BC are the two arms. This angle is alpha, this angle is beta. Since OB, I'm saying OB is equals to BC, alpha is equals to beta. This is one condition. When upper arm is equals to lower arm, angle alpha is equals to angle beta. This is case 1 we are having. What is case 2? OB is not equals to BC. In that case, alpha is not equals to beta. Here when alpha is equals to beta, Q is equals to 1. The term will comes. Here, Q is not equals to 1. This we need to remember. This is how you need to draw the diagram. Got it. Now give labeling. This is P. Now give some this as already C has given. D I can write. Randomly you can pick the points. Now BD is your radius of rotation and OD is the height of the governor. Got it. This is how you need to draw based on the problem. So now for this problem, can I erase this? Dear student, hello. I'm erasing
Yes,
this. This is just answer. Yeah, just
Yes, sir.
I'm showing
Yes,
you
sir.
how to draw these diagrams. Okay. Porter governor, all diagrams are like this only. Just we are taking only either left side or right side. Okay, now let us go for the given data. What they have given arms, you can see the arms. This is the offset distance, which is 40 mm. Got it. Now these arms are located away from the axis of rotation, whose distance is 40 mm. Now let us write. This is point P. Okay. BP is your one arm. BP is equals to BD, which is equals to 250 mm. That is equals to 0.25 meters. Mass of each ball is small m, 3 kgs, and mass of the central load is 20 kg. Radial distance is 40 mm. I can take it as BH is the offset distance for the lower arm. Similarly, PQ is the offset distance for the upper arm. I am showing PQ is equals to BH is equals to 40 mm. The masses revolved radius of rotation 150 mm and 200 mm are the maximum speed. Please mute yourself. R1 is 150 mm, minimum radius of rotation. R2 is 200 mm, maximum radius of rotation. Now your aim is to find, this is the given data. With this data you are supposed to find range of speed. N is equals to range of speed. I can write N is equals to N2 minus N1, where N2 is the maximum speed and N1 is the minimum speed. Now my aim is to find N1 and N2 values. Okay, with this given data, let us try to find out the N1 and N2 values. Okay. Diagram is there. From this diagram, right, what are the unknowns we are having? Can anyone tell what are the unknowns we are having? So we know BG length. Okay, let me come one by one. I know BG is equals to radius of rotation R1, which is equals to 150. So this is from minimum position. I'm taking the diagram of the minimum position. From this BG is equals to R1 is equals to 150 mm. Okay. And I don't know the length of BF is how much. And what is unknown? Apart from BF, H1 also unknown. H1 is equals to O into G. Now let us try to find out BF, H1 and alpha 1, beta 1. These are the four unknowns. Okay. Let us solve one by one. How to find BF? That is nothing but from BJ I can go. That is BF plus F into G. Where BJ is 150 mm, BF I don't know, and FG is 40 mm. From this, what is BF value? 150 minus of 40. It comes as 110 mm. BF we got. Now can anyone tell what is sin alpha 1 I want to find out? I can write it as sin alpha 1. What is sin alpha from this? BF by BP. Sin alpha 1 is nothing but BF by BP. So BF I find out, which is equals to 110, and BP is the arm length, 250 mm. What is from this get alpha 1 value? Solve and give me this answer. Similarly, let us go for the height of governor H1 also. How to find H1? H1 is equals to, someone has replied, rule number 6, 26.1 degrees. Is it right? Right. Now let us go for H1. H1 is equals to OG. How to find this? What is tan alpha 1 from this? How to write tan alpha 1?
BG by OG.
Right, tan alpha 1 is BG by OG. Now I want OG. So OG is equals to BG by tan alpha 1. Okay. H1 is equals to BG by, what is BG we got? 150 mm by tan alpha 1 we got 26.1. Okay, now solve this and give me the H1 value.
So that is sin alpha 1, sir.
Sin alpha 1 you are giving?
Right, sir, right.
H1 is, someone has answered 206 mm. So first, by solving this, 150 by tan 46.1, I am getting it as 306 mm or 0.306 meter. Right. So I got all the values I found here H1. So from this I can find out the N1 value. Okay. with this above data. Yeah. Let me write the relationship between n1 and height. What is the formula for n1 square here? Can anyone answer? Please tell me the formula.
Small m plus capital M by 2.
Right. Small m plus capital M by 2 we are getting. Okay,
Yes, sir.
let me write by 2 now. Okay. Into 1 plus q I will write by m into 895 by h. Now what is the condition here? Upper arm is equals to lower arm. When upper arm is equals to lower arm, angle alpha is equals to angle beta. Got it? Here upper arm is equals to lower arm. That I can write it as BP is equals to BD. Therefore, alpha 1 is equals to beta 1. Therefore, Q is equals to 1. When Q is equals to 1, what is the equation I can get? Small m plus capital M by M into 895 by H. Now, at N1, I am getting the height H1. Now, substitute give me the N1 value. Dear students, first substitute and give me the N1 value. So mass of the ball is 3 kg, capital M is 20 kg by 3 into 895 by, what is H1 I am getting? 0.306 meter. So from this, get N1 value. First, time is up. Right, 150 RPM, 149, 149.7. Who is replied this? Roll number 6. 150 RPM.
149.6.
Okay, round it up to 150 RPM. Now let us go for the next. From maximum position. What are the unknowns here in the maximum position? We don't know H2 value is unknown and alpha 2 is unknown. Okay. Beta 2 is also unknown. And BF is also unknown. Okay. Can we solve now? How to find BF now? So we know that BG is equals to BF plus FG. What is BG now? Radius of rotation R2. What is R2 value? Can anyone answer? The students? Maximum radius of rotation.
200.
200 mm, right. That is again BF plus FG is offset distance, which is equals to 40. From this, BF is equals to 160 mm. Okay, we got one value, BF. Next, try to find out the alpha 2 is unknown. What is sin alpha 2 from the maximum position diagram? Can anyone answer? What is sin alpha 2? BF by BP. Sin alpha 2 is BF by BP. BF I find it out is 160 mm and BP is 250 mm. Get alpha 2 value. What is alpha 2 value? We got 39.7 and someone has answered. Okay.
39.79, sir.
Okay, 39.79, which is equals to beta 2. Why it is equal? Upper arm is equal to the lower arm. That is the reason why upper angle is equal to lower angle. If upper angle is not equal to lower angle, alpha is also equals to, alpha is not equal to beta. Now alpha 2 we got. Try to find out the H2 value. Height of the governor H2. How we can find H2? H2 is equals to OG. So now let us find tan alpha 2 from this. What is tan alpha 2? OG by BG. Implies OG is equals to Is this correct? Tan alpha 2.
Sir, BG by OG.
This is not. Right. BG by OG. Let me use the eraser. Now from this OG is equal to how much we are getting? BG by tan alpha 2. What is BG value we got? What is radius of rotation? BG is equal to 200 mm by tan 39.7. But how much we are getting OG? Height of a governor. This comes around
240.
right 240 mm. 0.24 meter. Now we got all the values. Now let us try to find out the speed of the governor N2. Okay. N2 square is equal to small m plus capital M. I am not writing QE here because Q is equal to 1. You can write again here m by 2 into 1 plus Q into 895 by H2. Since alpha 2 is equal to beta 2, Q is equal to 1. Now this term will go away. Now you get N2 square is equal to small m plus capital M by M into 895 by H2. Small m is 3 kg. What is capital M? 20 kg by 3 into what is H2 we got? 240 mm, that is 0.24 meter. Now from this give me N2 value.
So 169.
Right, 169 RPM. N2 is the 169 RPM. Now they are asking the range of the governor. Range of governor capital N, which is equal to N2 minus N1. 169 minus what is N1 we got? 150. That is equal to 19 RPM.
19 RPM.
Is the answer. Okay. So with this I will wind up the class. Anyone having any doubts? Ask me. Next I will solve the next problem. Tomorrow I will solve one more problem. So by this weekend I will wind up the Porter governor and Pruill governor. Next week I would like to go for the 2 more governors are left. That is Hartnell and Hartung. Very simple. Only one problem we are having in these two. Why I am solving more number of problems in Porter governor is in examination 70% you may get questions from these only. 70 to 80%. You don't get questions from what governor. Majority you can get questions from only Porter governor. In some cases you can get Hartnell governor. Okay, but 70 to 80% you can get questions from Porter governor only. That's why I'm solving more problems. Okay, I will stop here.
Sir,
Yeah, ask me.
tomorrow classes is there, sir, because 2nd October, no, sir?
That I don't know right now. As of now, if it is cancelled, we'll inform you. Don't worry.
Okay, sir.
Okay. If class are cancelled, we can inform you. That is not a big task. But strength is very poor. While less students are coming day by day, only 79. Remember, guys, this attendance will be sent to university automatically. Okay. Let me check randomly. Anyone is here or not?
Sir,
Yes, tell me.
sir,
Yes,
how do you
ask
study
me.
this subject, sir?
I'm not getting. Please, loud.
So how do you study, like theory wise, how do you study the subject, sir? Because like what questions they can ask from theory?
It is problematic paper. 70 to 80% problems only will come.
Yes,
Okay.
sir. So theory wise,
80%
we
problem.
don't need to study any theory from the subject, sir. Like only
Theory
formulas.
means which
Theory.
formulas you need, only in first unit you need to remember gyroscopic formulas. C is equals to I omega S into omega P. Okay, that holds good for aeroplane, ship, two-wheeler, four-wheeler. When we go for two-wheeler, the conditions are different again. Balancing conditions will change. When you go for four-wheeler also, the balancing conditions will change. Already I have explained everything. Two-wheeler, how to solve, four-wheeler, how to solve. When you take aeroplane, how to solve, and when you take a ship, how to solve. In aeroplane, only one motion we are having, the forward motion or reverse motion. When you go for ship, 3 different kinds of motions we are having: steering, pitching, and rolling. For these 3, we need to find the gyroscopic effect. Now, when you go for two-wheeler, only one
Yes.
motion. Similarly, four-wheeler also. Formulas are different. Okay. Practice the formulas. Got it? Whatever the formulas I have given, already I have given all these videos also. Some student I have uploaded. I given to one student, I didn't remember his name. You can get from him. All the videos from the day one, what I have discussed, I have recorded and I have sent through WhatsApp also all those videos. Some student is having this.
Okay.
Got it? Problematic practice only. No alternate.